share with you something I think goes well with this song. It's a speech given by Koyczen titled "To This Day." When I was a kid, I used to think pork chops and karate chops were the same thing. I thought that they were pork chops, and because my grandmother thought it was cute, and they were my favorite, she let me keep doing it. Not really a big deal. One day, before I realized fat kids were not designed to climb trees, I fell out of a tree and bruised the right side of my body. I didn't want to tell my grandmother because I knew I'd get in trouble. A few days later, the gym teacher noticed and I got sent to the office. From there, I was sent to a really nice room with a really nice lady who asked me all sorts of questions about my home life. I saw no reason to lie. As far as I was concerned, life was pretty good. I told her, whenever I'm sad, my grandma gives me karate chops. This led to a full investigation. And I was removed from the home for 3 days. News of this silly story soon spread throughout the whole school. And that's when I got my first nickname, Pork Chop. To this day, I hate pork chops. I'm not the only kid who grew up this way. Surrounded by people who say that rhyme, sticks and stones, as if broken bones hurt more than the names we were called, and we were called them all. So we grew up thinking that no one would ever fall in love with us, that we'd never meet anyone to make us feel like the sunrise was something made for us in a tool shed. She was 8 years old. It was the first day of grade 3 when she was called ugly. We both got moved to the back of the class so we would stop being bombarded by spitballs. The school halls were a battleground, and found ourselves outnumbered day after wretched day. We stayed inside for recess because outside was worse. To this day, despite having a loving husband, she doesn't think she's beautiful because of a birthmark that covers a little more than half of her face. Kids used to say it looked like a wrong answer that someone tried to erase, but couldn't quite get the job done. And they'll never understand that she's raising 2 kids whose very definition of the word beautiful is mom, because they see her heart before they see her skin. He was a broken branch, grafted onto a different family tree, adopted. He started therapy in 8th grade, had a personality made up of tests and pills, lived like the ups were mountains and the downs were cliffs. 4/5 suicidal, a tidal wave of antidepressants. He tried to kill himself in grade 10 when a kid who could still go home to mom and dad had the audacity to tell him, get over it. To this day, he's a stick of TNT lit from both ends. And despite having an army of friends who all call him an inspiration, he remains a conversation piece between those who can't understand. We weren't the only kids who grew up this way. To this day, kids are still being called names. Seems like every school has an arsenal being updated every year. But if you can't see something beautiful about yourself, you should get a better mirror. Look a little closer. Stare a little longer. Because there's something inside of you that made you keep trying, despite those who told you to quit. You built a cast around your heart, and you signed it, they were wrong. Because maybe we don't belong to a group or a clique. Or was picked last for basketball. Or maybe brought bruises or broken teeth to show and tell. You have to believe they were wrong. Why else would we still be here? And our lives will only continue to be a balancing act that has less to do with pain and more to do with beauty. And now, Brave by Brooke Ireland.